Hello everyone and welcome back. This is International Master Camila Ciobanu, and in this video it is my pleasure to show you how to attack on the castle. Well, the illustration game is from a blitz game really played in 1993 between Ulf Andersson and Eduardas Rosentales. And let's see it. It starts with the queen's pawn, but it suddenly turns into a French defense with the exchange variation. Okay, so let's see how they play. They're developing knights and bishops, and black will pin the knight on f3. And then he develops the knight on e7 just to leave a free pathway for the pawn to advance when it will be needed. Now the queen moves away from the pin, and black castles long. So we will see how to attack on the castle when we have a situation with opposite castles on the board. Okay, so white develops the knight on d2, and now it will be possible for him to move the queen away from the pin because the knight on f3 is well defended. Black will bring the rook on the open file, and white will try to trade his bad bishop for black's good bishop that was pointing toward the castle. Okay, so black accepts the challenge, and now white has double pawns on the g file. So black already has a target. He wants to push the pawn up to h4, trade pawns and open the h file, but he's hoping that he will be able to infiltrate and attack white's king. Okay, so the queen moves away. Can you see that it was very important to have the knight on e7 because now black can play pawn to f6 and so support the push on g5. Okay, so black is attacking the pawn chain, and finally they trade pawns, and now the g file is semi-open for black, so he should bring his rooks right on it. Okay, can you see that now black is targeting the weak pawn on g2 that is even pinned, and white defends it, and finally a sacrifice. Actually, black will suddenly take the bishop back. I like how dynamic this game is because black is attacking all the time, and finally he's got one pawn up. Okay, and his pawn is a passed pawn on g2, so just one step from promotion, and you will see how powerful that pawn can become once it's being unstopped. Okay, so the queen infiltrates on h7 and the queen goes to d6. Black is trying first of all to secure his king. Okay, he runs away and makes sure that the king cannot be put in check and that it evacuates the last rank. Okay, so white is targeting the weak pawn on f6. He just wants to take the pawn back, but this gives black the possibility to infiltrate with his queen, and that will become so dangerous. So white changes his mind in the meantime, and he decides to give away the rook for two knights. But then black takes advantage and infiltrates on c1, even attacking the weak pawn on the queen side, the pawn on b2. So white stops the check and loses the pawn. And now white plays queen to e6 to attack both the rook on g8 and the pawn on d5. But now black has a very nice continuation. I hope that you can see it. Let's remember this was a blitz game, so probably the time was low, and so an error has been made. Therefore now black can sacrifice the queen because this will unstop his pawn and he will be able to promote a queen the move right after it. So let's see it again. A queen sacrifice. I like it so much, and then promote a queen. Okay, so now this gives black opportunity to take the knight and then even infiltrate with the rook later on. For now he's defending the pawn on d5, queen h3 attacking the pawn on c3, king to d2, rook to g3, and maybe black won for the time, or white has resigned. Anyways, even positionally speaking, black has a winning position. So, dear friends, I really hope that you enjoyed this example. I like to play with opposite castles, and I like to attack on the castle, especially when a queen sacrifice is possible, followed by a promotion. yeah, it was really nice seeing this, and I'm so happy that I was able to share it with you. I wish you to have a most wonderful day, and I'll talk to you next time.